The state of Osun was carved out of Old Oyo State in 1991 and had recorded several military and civilian administrations since inception. When Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola took office in November 2010, he made a pact with the people of the state with a 6-point integral action plan to banish hunger, poverty, unemployment, promote healthy living, promote education, and to promote communal peace and progress. Accomplishing those lofty goals wouldn't be a mean feat. Undaunted, determined Rauf Aregbesola marched into the mountain of work with zeal. Within the first 100 days, he created 20,000 jobs for unemployed graduates in the state. Thus, the OYE scheme was born. This was an unprecedented mass employment program for the youths anywhere on the continent. The full program on youth empowerment comes up later. A good network of roads is a sine qua non to modern societies. It is even more so in an agrarian economy like ours, where transportation of goods and human beings reclines almost solely on good road facilities. It is saddening to know that a lot of youthful lives had been wasted, either through physical incapacitation or death caused by motor accidents necessitated by poor road conditions. The situation of roads was quite pathetic when the APC administration of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola came into office in the state. The roads, which were in different categories, could be divided into federal, state, and local government roads, or expressed in another way as interstate, intercity, and intracity and rural roads. With the understanding that with poor roads, the economy of the state of Osun would remain in the gallows, the Rauf Aregbesola administration furiously attacked this problem with a multifaceted approach. 1. Initiating several road projects simultaneously in different parts of the state, and Osogbo, the state capital, involved in the different categories aforementioned. Encouraging all local government administrations in the state to build at least 10 kilometers of roads within their local government during the first time in office, and working with the World Bank and the federal government with counterpart funding on rural access and mobility program, that is RAMP. Signs of road development can be seen right from the entrance into the state from Ashejire to the Trumpet Turnpike Bridge at Gbongan, named after a former governor of the state, Chief Abdulkarim Adebisi Akande. This brand new bridge was constructed by the Aregbesola administration to stop the wastage of lives of motorists and commuters turning into Osun from the Federal Express Road, who hitherto were frequently slaughtered by reckless drivers of other vehicles. It was also to facilitate smooth transition for motorists coming into the state to enter without stress. Everywhere you turn, as from this point, you'll encounter newly completed or ongoing road projects across the state. The quality of roads constructed by the Aregbesola administration stood shoulder higher than any that had been constructed in the state in recent history. The reason for this was not far-fetched. Having been Commissioner for Works for years in Lagos under Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, he had developed a template that had quality and longevity at its core, which meant that as governor, then it could only get better.
We used to have block both sides, or at times concrete at the roadside, block wall at the property side. When Ogbeni came, we changed the drainage pattern. We started concrete both sides.
Road construction experts have always insisted that only roads built from the solid subgrade and given layers of firm subbase before asphalting and supported by strong and commensurate drainage will survive the pressure of impact through usage and ground movement occasioned by Mother Nature. Were the roads built by the former governor Aregbesola in Osun so compliant?
It's easy for him to give us directive. And I want concrete bowl size for my drainage. Design the size, depending on the volume of water that will be running that road. Then the topography, you take spot level, you do your design. How many culverts will be there will depend on the topography. You get my point? Now, is there the need for bridges? Then coming to pavement. Before pavement, you have to do earthworks. The earthworks, some people just they remove the topsoil and put laterite. I mean, not getting to the famed subgrade. There's a difference between subgrade and subbase. Subgrade is the existing one that is famed. But to get to that place, it's not good for a real engineer to start filling. Remove until you get to that famed line. Get my point? When he has those and the director knows the way we should do it. So you could have about 1.5 meter fill, doesn't matter. Having that, you roll it in layers, do the composition, and you have your CBR, you know the strength is okay. Put stone base, 150 mm to strengthen the base. Then the pavement, the asphalt. A lot of those you carry out the tests. Unlike people, we have a standard laboratory there. If they carry out in-situ density tests on a road base and the state is not okay, they will tell you have to do more rolling. That's what we've been doing since it came.
This road is like Gidigbam. They try because I no longer see Potopoto again. I don't try to see Potopoto last.
Standards never before observed in road building in the state of Osun became evident because of the insistence of Ogbeni, as the then governor was popularly called by the citizens. Proper road furniture and markings could be seen virtually everywhere you turned.
Road furnitures, they've not been providing them before until they came. You get my point? We're now putting zebra crossing, so kilometers something. You get to the junction, zebra, stop, don't kill yourself. All these are just new technology Ogbeni has brought to infrastructure development in the state of Osun.
Once upon a time, Osun was the least developed among the states in Nigeria, using the international indices of developmental assessment, but not anymore. With the modernization of practically everything everywhere, including roads and flyover bridges, the circular road designed to take heavy traffic off the city center, the picture of Osun was so beautiful that it made one to ask if Osun was already in El Dorado, or whether these were the beginnings of new things to come.
I say no governor has ever done as much as the present governor in terms of infrastructural development.
Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ a máa lọ lé mẹkáníìkì pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ ọkọ̀ bí ẹ̀mẹ́ta ẹ̀mẹ́rin lọ́sẹ̀ gan torí ọ̀nà yẹn ò dára rárá, but now a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wípé láti bí sí Òṣogbo tá a máa lò bí 30 minutes 40 minutes nísìnyí kò within 20 minutes àti dé Kẹ̀rún sí.
When our road are bad, then in most cases, most of the time we will go to the mechanic complaining for maybe their flat tire, arms, so something like that. But as the road now be constructed, then we are be able to the place we are not be able to go before, then we are be able to go there now. And the money we have been paid to the mechanic now reduced to the barest minimum.
Níṣe tí wọ́n tún ṣe ọ̀nà yìí, ó tún jẹ́ kí ọ̀kadà gan tún rọrùn láti ṣe dáadáa. Gbogbo ọ̀nà tá lè rìn tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀, ó ti sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ dé ọ̀nà tó ń pè ní bàbá ọ̀nà. Léètì ọ̀nà yẹn adébẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn gan akásá sí. Gbogbo ọ̀nà igbó lọ́nà ìbálá kankan, ọ̀nà àárọ̀ kankan kọjá pé gbogbo olùgbẹ́sọ̀ nílé ìgbàbẹ̀ falala ní mọ́tò ìmẹ́rin bẹ̀. Kébà fẹ́ gba bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ rè kó bẹ́ẹ̀. Àgbà àárọ̀ mi lébẹ̀ ní káfádà àgbà jáde lọ́sẹ̀kọ̀. So gómìnà wa try gan.
Earlier in this episode, we glossed over the works on network of roads within local governments. It is pertinent at this juncture to turn the searchlight on these road projects and how the state and the local government collaborated to have a functional synergy on this developmental effort during Rauf Aregbesola years. From our findings, the Bureau of Social Services, BOSS, a state project monitoring agency, worked with the Ministry of Local Government and the local governments themselves to achieve these laudable feats.
These are local government projects. Ogbeni involve the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Works, and there's a monitoring agency. They call them BOSS, Bureau of Social Services.
The local government were asked to construct 10-kilometer roads within their local governments. We found out that some local government did more than 10 kilometers, while some were a little below, depending on their revenue. But generally, it was 10 kilometers per local government.
But all other adjoining roads are so superb. Even the issues of this road that links Owode with Ede Township and the other villages in Atakusa local government. This road was tarred. It was tarred. The 10 kilometer was given at the straight to a particular community. So when you go to Owode now, you could see that many people are now buying a plot of land at the rate of 800,000, 1 million. This is one of infrastructural facility that was provided.
But it is one tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ojú ọ̀nà kan tó jẹ́ pé eruku pọ̀ àgbàrá sì wà pé àwọn mọ́tò lọ ojú ọ̀nà ọ̀já geri láti rìn. Bọ̀ nínú tí wọ́n ṣe yìí ọ̀ràn mi lọ́wọ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà débi pé mọ́tò tí kò kọjá mi tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n rìn láti kọjá débi pé àríkọ̀ kan ìkejì ṣe ẹni tí ó jó nǹkan ẹni tí ó gbéṣẹ́ fún wa lọ́tùn lósì àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́.
Ó ránṣẹ́ wa lọ́wọ́ lọ́nà tó pọ̀ because nísìnyí tá a bá fẹ́ ra glass tá a bá fẹ́ lọ kó glass yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a bá fẹ́ kó àwọn ọmọ ó lè máa gbọ̀n pé bóyá ọ̀nà ò da nǹkan kan bọ́lá ìgbà yẹn ti ṣe wọ́n á dì wọ́n á dẹ̀ kó ra wọn tó bá yẹ pé mọ́tò náà la fẹ́ fi kó wọ́n á kó charges ìjọba fẹ́ charge wa tó bá jẹ́ 1.5 nígbà tí ọ̀nà ti wà òkè tó ti dáa a sọ pé káfọ́n ní bóyá bíi 500 600 naira ó jọ jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn tó kò ní máa ba táyà kò ní ba nǹkan kan jẹ́ àsọfà ó ti jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ fáwa náà.
The network of the road in Ilesha before was very poor, but now you can go. There are many places that link themselves now that was not so before.
Bí orú ọ̀nà òkè omi rú báyìí ọ̀nà yóò dá nígbà kan bọ̀ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ ibẹ̀ ẹ máa rí i pé ọ̀nà yẹn ti wọ̀ òkè tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ sọ́nà standard ibi ibẹ̀ yẹn ti wọ̀ òkè tẹ́ ẹ bá tó lọ sọ́nà ìbálá oko ọ̀nà yẹn ti wọ̀ òkè tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ sọ́nà ìjẹ̀bújẹsà ọ̀nà yẹn ti wọ̀ òkè tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ sọ́nà ìpéndó la jáde sí Pétu wọ́n ti ṣe ọ̀nà yẹn.
One of the cardinal road building efforts in the state of Osun, as aforementioned, was RAMP. And what is RAMP? RAMP is Rural Access and Mobility Project, a World Bank project with counterpart funding from the state government.
RAMP is financed by the World Bank and the French Development Agency. We pay counterpart funding to whatever they give us as well. The aim is basically to provide access to the farmlands in the interiors, particularly in the rural areas. We had problems with that before, but over the last number of years, that problem has been greatly reduced. Partly because, again, we strategically chose the roads we wanted to do, and it has actually been very, very successful. Before, we used to have problems of tomatoes not being able to get to the farm in time. They would get rotten oranges and other farm products. But because of the intervention of RAMP, the most important thing being the cost of these roads are cheaper because they're not necessarily tarred. It's basically to provide access. And so we've opened up a number of roads over the last 5-6 years. We must have opened up at least 800-900 kilometers of road, and it's still on. There's RAMP, I think we're on RAMP 3 now. We're just finishing RAMP 2. And we are taking it almost senatorial by senatorial in terms of the roads we are introducing.
As a general manager of Osun Road Maintenance Agency, I was a stakeholder in RAM, Rural Asset Mobility Project. It's a one-bank project. When our amiable governor was the first governor to give the counterpart funding. So 4 states were given that opportunity. Osun is rated the best. They are starting about 500 something kilometers very soon. It's being approved too. Go Patara area, go to Ive access, Eleza access. Not only Iwo, and some other rural area. Our farmers, it's easy for them now to bring their products through these rural roads into the cities for market.
Before our advent, so many of the farming communities were inaccessible during the rains. You have rivulets, you have streams, you have all sorts of natural impediments that will not allow farmers, that would either lock them in their farms or prevent them to go to their farms. Now, all farming communities are accessible round the year.
Ṣé wá rí ọ̀nà kan tí ìjọba Aregbe àti ìjọba àgbáyé wọ́n rí sábọ̀dù ẹ̀ káàkiri tí wọ́n pè ní ramp. Ṣé rí ìyẹn wọ́n tàn káàkiri a sì ń jàǹfààní ẹ̀. Ibú èmi tí mo jókòó yìí gan-an àwọn complain gbogbo tí a sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ ọ̀nà tí ń jẹ mọ́ ọ̀nà ó fi kan dí alẹ́nu ní ìsìn pé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ó ti gbé kọ́ńtrákì àwọn títì tọ̀nà tí a náà tí a pè ráàpù ni wọ́n wá ṣe ìjọba àgbáyé náà ni yóò ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ mi ṣe ó ń ṣe àwọn yẹn káàkiri ẹni tí ọba láǹfààní àti pé kí ọ̀dọ́ gbọ́ ọ̀nà ọdún ẹ̀ tí ọ̀nà tí àwọn ráàpù ń bá ń ṣe ní tìjọba Ọ̀ṣun ìjọba Nàìjíríà ìjọba àgbáyé tí ibùn gan àwa tá a wà ní ìgbèríko abẹ́ pìrìbá ọ̀nà ráàpù ju ọ̀nà ọlọ́dà gan lọ.
Coming to Osogbo, the state capital, there was the old garage Ikirun-Ilaodo Kwara border road. This was a major road project from the heart of the city to the border of Kwara State, embarked upon by Aregbe administration.
The old garage Ilaodo road is about 18% billion project, and it covers 36 kilometer main road carriageway and about 9 kilometer double road. To the glory of God, a 5-year-old boy could talk of the progress there being recorded.
One of the projects that impressed us in Osogbo is the roundabout at MDS, which is marvelous indeed. Now, the creation of that road made many people to come into the city of Osogbo on commercial purposes. And the motorists, they are very happy, but they find it easy to pass through some area which the experience goes through in those days. No more goes through within the city of Osogbo, more especially in the MDS area.
When Egbene came on board, he has succeeded in turning the state around. And somebody described him as a turn-around artist. He has knack for creativity and innovation. If you look at Osogbo today, if you are blindfolded and you are dropped in Osogbo and you ask, where are you now? One will say, I'm in Lekki or somewhere in Abuja. The roads have been fixed and many other infrastructures.
Osun State can now be described as a state of many flyover bridges. Osogbo-bound traffic was taken off the Ibadan-Ife Expressway on the Abdulkarim Bisi Akode Trumpet Bridge at Mogo. This newly built bridge solved the knotty problem of crossing over of the Osogbo and inner Osun-bound traffic, which caused horrendous vehicular accidents with heavy casualties in the past. The problem was solved by the Aregbesola administration.
There is this Bugakuda bridge, call it Omoluabi, with Aregbesola Akande trumpet. You see that bridge, the first of its kind in West Africa. The shape is just like a trumpet. You could easily come from Ibadan, go to Ife without the stopping place going to Osogbo. People coming from Osogbo will turn to Ife, easily without interfering with the traffic coming from Lagos or Ibadan end. It's so specially built in a trumpet way.
The November 27th bridge is a connecting bridge that takes the Osogbo circular road over the Akuda Olaiya road with intersection around the State House of Assembly and Atauja Government School. There is another bridge around Ofatedo with U-turn facility also on the Osogbo Circular Road project.
There is this East bypass by this Ojiadiro road too. It's a circular road that starts from the head of wind bypass at Omoluabi and come out at Elisa Garage with 4-number bridge.
To the glory of God, we have delivered all the bridges. Since the creation of this space by God and man, nobody had intervened on bridges as we have done. From Europeans, from the British to now, no government had built as many bridges at a single time as we have built.
The Olaiya-Italo stretch through the Palace and Osun Grove Junction, now called Workers' Drive, is a beauty to behold. After checking out the road on ground, we took to the air. In the air, as on ground, the road took our breath away. The architecture, the engineering, and the workmanship were superb.
It was in 2014 at the meeting that I promised that I would name a road, and that particular one, after the workers for their resilience, because we must give it to them. It is not easy for anybody to be denied what he or she is used to. So as our own appreciation of their commitment, sacrifice, and enduring interest in the people along with us, we feel that it will be worthwhile to have that as a commemoration of this time and period of a huge sacrifice from them.
The journey continues as we move deeper into urban renewal in the next episode of Checking Out the Aregbesola Years of Enduring Legacies.
The infrastructure development is just, I would say, second to none with the little money we are getting and with this massive development. The job we are doing now will last for years because both the pavement, the structural structures are to international standard.
Please make out time to join us next week at the same time on this network. Bye for now.